Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cooking in Pink Boots. So, when you get that urge to indulge into something so warm and comforting after a long, hard day, but at the same time you want your taste buds to dance like there's a party going on in your mouth? Well, I got the dish for you. My twisted pork chops with cream of mushroom. The combination of flavors will be like nothing you've ever had before. This twisted dish is taking cream of mushrooms and pork chops to a whole nother level. A level you and the family are going to love. Come see. All right. You will need about 2.5 pounds or 4 thickly cut pork chops, and be sure they are fully thawed. Now, here I have already diced 2 ribs of celery and a medium-sized yellow onion, which are both optional ingredients. And now chopping 3 cloves of garlic, getting them well minced. Then setting that all aside. Now time to work on that marinade. In a large bowl, I'm adding a half cup of soy sauce, a third of a cup of white vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of water. Next, taking 1 green onion and crushing it just enough to extract the flavors and aroma without breaking it apart. And I'm just seasoning with a teaspoon of black pepper and about a teaspoon each of that freshly cut onions and garlic. Now, time to add the pork chops. I'm being sure to get it fully coated with that marinade. Then, covering the bowl with saran wrap and allowing to marinate in the fridge for about 2 hours, flipping after 1 hour. Then, once 2 hours have passed, removing the pork chops and straining and discarding all the marinade and using a paper towel to blot out any excess liquid, as seen on the video. Now, time to season our pork chops. And keep in mind, soy sauce is very salty, so here I am only using about a quarter of a teaspoon of salt for each pork chop and a half teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. Now, after seasoning both sides, add a few tablespoons of oil to your pan and brown both sides, cooking on medium-high heat for about 2 minutes on each side. And by the way, I will be using a 4-ounce can of sliced mushrooms only because it's what I had on hand. But fresh mushrooms is definitely my preferred choice. But this works great too. And use as much or as little as you like. All right, moving on. Once my chops have browned after cooking for 2 minutes on each side, rather than using another pan, I'm simply scraping off any leftover garlic, onions, and burnt clumps left behind from the marinade, but keeping all that flavor and adding to it 3 tablespoons of butter. Then adding my onions, celery, and garlic, sauteing till nice and tender. Then here I'm adding 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, stirring, creating a roux. And once that roux develops, I'm going to add in my 2 cups of chicken broth, or you can also use vegetable broth. Now, you want to keep stirring until it comes to a boil and starts to thicken to a gravy-like texture. And notice how all that stuck-on flavor at the bottom of the pan had loosened into the gravy? Well, that flavor is what brings this dish to a whole nother level. This is such an exciting new dish. At the same time, your taste buds will find it to be familiar and comforting. Give it a shot. All right, now moving on to the mushrooms, whether canned or fresh. Now would be the time to add them in when your gravy is smooth and clump free, and just give it a stir. And once again, use as much or as little as you like. It won't change the flavor, I promise. Okay, now time to add in that heavy cream. Now here I'm using a half cup, but if you prefer it more on the creamier side, use up to a whole cup. It's all about how you like it, remember? Now give it a taste and see if you need any additional seasonings. But again, easy on the salt for now because those marinated pork chops are coming in right about now. Just add them in a single layer and allow them to fully cook, reaching an internal temperature of 165 degrees, taking about 30 to 45 minutes. And now, just put the lid right on and set your heat to medium. And as we patiently wait for it to cook, I would really appreciate it if you kindly took this time to like and subscribe to my channel, Cooking in Pink Boots. Thank you so much. Now, would you look at that? So creamy, so flavorful, and the aroma, oh my goodness, if you could just smell it now. All right, I'm just gonna top it right off with some fresh green onions and parsley. And here we have it, my twisted pork chops and cream of mushroom. This is so delicious. Please give it a try. And when you do, let me know what you think of it by commenting below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming food adventures with me, Charlene, from right here in my kitchen, where every day I'm cooking in pink boots. With her, of course. Hi.
Hi.